She looked over at him, but he wasn't talking. He wasn't even snoring. "Sss, sss." "Popo," she shouted. "Popo, there's someone in the house." All he did was roll over. Conk. Trina's heart sputtered. What if the noise was coming from the turret room? "Popo," she hollered, crawling off her mattress to tug on his arm. This time, he sat bolt upright. "What? What is it?" "There's someone in the house." They sat there listening in the silence. "I don't hear anything," he finally said. He was right. All Trina could hear now was her own pounding heart. What did it sound like? Like someone whispering or breathing, I don't know. "I'm sure it was the tree scraping on the roof," he said, lying back on his pillow. "Go back to sleep. Long day ahead." "Just the tree, just the tree," Trina repeated silently to herself, trying to calm down. And then all of a sudden a squeal came from the back of the house, followed by a rumbling in the walls. "Did you hear that? You heard that, didn't you, Popo?" "Yes," he said, sounding frustrated. "It's the toilet flushing." "By itself?" Trina squeaked. "Probably a leaky valve." "Can you check, please?" She wanted to believe her dad, but she couldn't. Not if she would be lying awake listening to strange noises while he snored the night away. He turned on his flashlight, dragged himself sleepily out of the room, his footsteps gradually fading away. She waited alone in the dark, hugging her pillow tightly as she could. Minutes went by, or maybe hours. Maybe she should have followed him. What if something had happened? Just when she couldn't take another second of waiting, she heard his footsteps padding back through the dining room and into the parlor. "It's a slow leak in the valve. Just like I thought," he said. "Likely to happen again when it fills up." He crawled back into his bed. "I'll look into it in the morning." Trina laid back down. "Sssst." She pulled her pillow over her head and whispered, "There's no such thing as a haunted house. There's no such thing as a haunted house." She repeated her dad's words over and over until eventually she fell asleep. The next thing Trina knew, she was wide awake again. But this time the air smelled like burnt toast, and she could hardly breathe. She sat up quickly. A smoky haze swirled around her. "Popo," she choked, "something's burning." She jumped to her feet. "Papa, wake up, the house is on fire." Her dad was awake in an instant. "Get out, hurry." He flung the door open and Trina raced down the steps into the sunshine, but when she turned around, her dad wasn't there. "Popo," she hollered. He didn't answer, but she ran back into the house. She could hear him laughing. "Popo." "Nothing's burning," he called. "It's just steam." "Steam?" Trina asked, following her dad's voice across the hazy foyer to one shaky step at a time. "Yep," he said, "coming out of the library. Someone must have bumped the thermostat and the furnace kicked on. Any open valve on a radiator will steam like a sauna." "I'd say you found your ghost." "My ghost?" Trina's skin crawled. "Papa, what do you mean?" "All I'm saying is the furnace probably caused the noise you heard in the night. Come on, let's get cleaned up and go to town for breakfast." "Okay," Trina said, but she was still a little weary as she headed up the stairs. Every other time something scary happened, her dad had an ordinary explanation. But who bumped the thermostat? She brushed her teeth in record time and then chose her purple Santa Fe t-shirt and her Diamondbacks cap to wear into town. As she headed back down the stairs, she remembered the turret room. She paused to count the doors to the rooms on her fingers. 5 on one hand, 4 on the other. 9 doors. And she had opened every one of them. What if Papa was right? What if there was a ghost? And what if the ghost lived in the turret room, wherever it was? That's the end of chapter 2. Our story's getting more interesting. I'm excited to see what'll happen next time in Chapter 3. Thank you all for listening and have a wonderful rest of your day.